Hello, friends. It's your girl, Anna Loves, and welcome back to Creepy Corner Story Time. So, I was requested to tell another story out of Wichita Falls, Texas. So, here is another one. Now, I'm going to start this video by saying there are some people that don't believe in the supernatural. They think that things are just the way they are, so they go around and get into things that they really shouldn't. So, this story is definitely about fuck around and find out. So, this guy named Jimmy that lives in Wichita Falls sent me this story about when he was about 19 or 20 years old. He was a straight atheist, did not believe in God. Now, his family was very religious, and they warned him that if he got mixed up in stuff that he wasn't supposed to, that bad things would happen. Well, he didn't listen to them. He was into that hard, heavy metal rock style. And some of his newer friends in that genre started introducing him to black masses. He didn't think anything of it because he didn't believe in anything. He didn't believe, he figured when he died, and there was no God and there was no devil. Now, we all know that the biggest lie the devil ever told was that he wasn't real. And some people actually do believe this. And Jimmy was one of these people. So he started going to the black masses. One of the head guys gave him a devil's Bible to study. He said this would get him to the next level. Again, it was all fun and games to him, but he figured he would read it and kind of play with it and just see what it was all about. So he took the book home with him and he put it on his nightstand. It was a really hot summer night, and he decided to open up his window. This was back in probably 1960. Not a lot of people had, well, poorer families didn't have central air. So he had like a little fan he plugged into the window. And so he had to open up the window so he could kind of get some airflow. And they didn't have any screens on the window. But again, he didn't think anything of it because he'd never seen anything. He'd never heard anything. So he leaned back against the windowsill and was kind of looking outside when he started hearing like leaves rustling, like maybe an animal or someone was walking on the side of the house. So this kind of got his attention because it was really late at night. So he peered out the window and he saw what looked like a bum kind of stumbling from the side of the house. He kind of was rubbing his fingers on the side of the siding of the house, and he had his head down. And he told him, he said, "Hey, what are you doing? You need to get away from my house." And he said the guy didn't stop. He just kept walking closer and closer to his window. And at this point, he thought, oh, maybe this guy's on drugs or something. So he basically was ready to put his dukes up and tell him, like, hey, get the hell away from my house. And when he did that, he said that the guy looked up and his eyes were fire red, like glowing. This scared the shit out of him. He said that the guy walked up to him face to face and told him, if you want an invitation, I'm here to give it to you. He said he stood frozen and that the guy just started laughing in his face. He could not move. He was paralyzed with fear. He closed his eyes, and that was the moment he started to pray. That whoever that was and whatever that was would go away. He squeezed his eyes shut, and when he opened them, the guy was gone. He closed the window behind him and just kind of sat there trying to catch his breath. And he said that it took his family 2 days to get him to come out of that room, that he did not want to leave. He didn't want to take any chances going outside. He was petrified. And after that, he started being a believer and he turned his life around. You best believe if you have the devil in your face like that, you may want to think twice about things not being real. Well, that is all for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for sitting with me through Creepy Corner Story Time. If you guys have any stories that you want to send my way, I'd be glad to tell them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.